Good Monday morning, everybody. So we're going to start a project this morning of replacing the skid steer tracks, as that one started ripping the lugs out when we were using it Friday. So Thursday, Friday, whatever day it was. Yeah, I'm going to do a nice little video on how to take these off. We want to go ahead and do both sides. I've ordered a new set, new sprockets. I got a new rear idler. We got one from the last machine. Gonna probably get another one and replace that. And then when I pull the tracks off, I'm gonna look at the front idlers and see how wore out they are and see if the bearing or anything's wore out in it. So I'm gonna do a video of swapping the tracks out. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and pull the backhoe out, so I got access to both sides of this machine. Well, the excavator to pull them off, we'll go ahead and get some blocks and wedge it up under the back end, and I push down with the front, and that'll jack it up off the ground. I'll block up the front, that way I can raise the boom up out of the way, and the track will be about 2 or 3 inches off the ground, or maybe even less, just enough where you can slide the track out from under all those rollers. So let me go ahead and get all this stuff moved and some blocks cut and stuck up under there, and I'll go ahead and show you the process of getting these bad boys off. So as you can see, they're not off the ground much. Actually, they're barely off the ground. But it's now jacked up enough. What I'll probably end up doing is just stabbing the bucket back in the ground and picking it up so that it's off the ground a little bit more. So I can get it, because it's got these those are all the cleats are actually in between the wheels. See how they go in between all the rollers? And I got to have a little more slack to be able to get those out. So I'll just push it back down and jack it up. But don't go skimpy with the blocks. Put you some nice, good, solid, sturdy blocks under there, because pretty much the whole machine is sitting on them. And you really don't want this thing to fall over on you. So. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this tensioner up and push the idler in, and I'll probably end up just jacking the machine back up to get the track pulled off. I want to loosen this cover up right here. This will give us access to the tensioner grease fitting. I'll show you how to loosen that up. Put your bolt right there for now. Loosen that one a few times and just spin it around, then we'll put it back. Alright, let me get a paper towel here. Wipe this off. You're going to need a paper towel. Just get some cheap ones, because you're going to go through a bunch. This cleaned out right here so you can at least see what we're doing. Get another one. What's up? As you can see in there, here's your grease fitting. There's your plug there. So if you want to loosen that up, you can either take the grease fitting out or take that out. I usually just take that out because the grease will go ahead and come on out pretty quick. So let me get a socket on that and it'll relieve all your tension. You'll start hearing this track pop here in a minute. Hear it? That's your tensioning coming off. About the time it does that, the grease will start coming out, making a god awful mess. Oh, why does that get tight? Go ahead and clean that off. It'll be done got grease on everything. You don't have to take that all the way out, but it's pretty loose now. So I got that loose. Now let me go get the little mini. I'll come around here and push that idler in and that grease will just squirt right out. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take this all the way out because it will release a lot quicker. And this is what that looks like. So there's your grease fitting. And that's how that works. Alright, let's see if it'll push in now. So as you saw, it actually took a little bit of force. I assume that the track's being so wore out and the idler's so far out that over time dirt has gotten built up in there. So it took a pretty good little whack with the excavator to get it to retract. But as you can tell, got a nice big grease blob here now. And the track is plenty loose. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and I'll show you how to use the mini to pull the track off. So I got all the grease and everything cleaned out, and there's really no need to even have to go back in here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this off and put this back in. Because there's no need to, I got all the adjustment out, so I shouldn't have to go back in here for any reason. It's just less stuff I got to worry about losing. And that's always a good thing. It's got like a mile of thread on it. You ain't got to get crazy tight with these things, but you do need to snug it up. Alright. That's done. And pop the cover back on. I'm just putting the cover back on loosely because we do have to pump it back up with grease just so it doesn't get bent when the track falls off and hits it. So I mean, that's good like that. Alright, I'm going to get everything cleaned up and I'll go ahead and pop this track off. My problem is the back end isn't high enough off the ground. I'm a little rusty. It's been about 3 years since I've had to change a track. So, alright, now that's exposed and I get to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to try something a little different on this side. Put a paper towel in there so maybe it'll catch the grease. Well, it worked a little better putting the paper towel there to catch it. I got some help now. Jack it up. Hey, just stab the bucket in the ground. You gotta stab the bucket in the ground to get it to come up high enough. I get the end raised up about 3 or 4 inches. A little more. Alright, that's good. Alright, take the machine and pull it. And that's the easy way to pull the track off. So we went and got our tracks and put new rollers, idlers, well, they're rollers on the back. New sprockets. There's the new sprocket. There's the old one. As you can tell, there's not much left. The impact gun didn't quite have enough oomph, even though it would do it now. There's our new roller we had that one, we got one more coming. Got those broke loose, so I'll go ahead and hook the impact gun up and run them out. And the new tracks. All $4,800 worth. We went back with the Takeuchi brand. They're very, very pricey, but they tend to last a lot longer than the aftermarkets. The last aftermarket ones we bought, they lasted like 300 hours, 350, and we got 1,400 out of this set. So that's why we're going back with them. Fired air compressor up, I'll take them off. Grab it right at the top. Now we got that track on. We'll tighten it up. We're gonna go ahead and put the other side on real quick. That way they'll both be on there. Didn't even have to touch it. and take these covers off and pump it full of grease. So we got them grease put in them and tightened up. I'm gonna take it off the blocks now. Probably since we spun it, probably going to have to drive them off the back. Alright. Let it down and dry forward. I put the covers on so they wouldn't fall off. Those are wet and tight. Alright. Get this out of the way. Move these. Let him grate this out. Alright. Gonna be a little hump. This is why we didn't do concrete. Little back draggy. Oh, got it in the bucket. That'll work for now. Alright, let's go use it a little bit, then I'll finish tightening them up.